You missed out on some playoff basketball? Well, you came to the right place. Welcome to TV's Daily NBA Recap, where I recap yesterday's games in a short amount of time. Let's go. The first game on the schedule is the Miami Heat taking on the Indiana Pacers in their Game 2 matchup, in which Miami wins the game 109-100. Miami got some great contributions from Duncan Robinson, who scored 24 points in the game, hitting 7 threes, which matches the Miami Heat playoff record. Goran Dragic chipped in with 20 points and 6 assists, and Jimmy Butler had 18 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists. On the Indiana Pacers side of things, Victor Oladipo, 22 points and 4 assists. Malcolm Brogdon had 17 points and 9 assists as well, while TJ Warren was a little bit less than ordinary, 14 points and 6 rebounds. In this game, what this game really showed to me is that with the Miami Heat having the specials that they have, they are able to kind of just break this game wide open in several different aspects. I mean, Jimmy Butler is a great isolation player, and they could beat you that way. Goran Dragic can beat you in that same sort of style, like being taking you off the dribble and stuff like that. But then they have specialists on their team who, when they need it the most, they can rely on them, and that's what they have in Duncan Robinson, because he was able to break this game wide open after having not that good of a first game. I mean, he hit 2 threes, but this is where he showed his true colors and was able to kind of put them over the hump in this game, because the three-point shooting really went in Miami's favor today, 18 compared to 12 from Indiana, and that was the biggest difference in this game. And Duncan Robinson, being a rookie, coming out of, I believe, a third division school, no one knew about him, but he had the special ability, which is to hit the three, which is extremely valuable in today's NBA, and he was able to show it in true colors in Game 2 of the playoffs here. And for Indiana, I mean, they had some good contributions from the starting lineup. I think this game from Miles Turner, 17 points, 8 rebounds, was one of his better games in the bubble. But they just don't have enough scoring to help catch up with this Miami team who's gonna just outwork them. Sure, they have some good all-around players, like TJ Warren could do it a bit on both ends. Oladipo, same thing with Brogdon, but they just don't have enough specialists on their team. They have Doug McDermott, but he's just not on that, not even on the level of a Duncan Robinson. And unfortunately, they were able not to get the win. So Miami Heat go up 2-0 in the series. Let's see if Indiana's going to be able to bounce back. We move on to the next game, and we have the Houston Rockets taking Game 2, leading the series 2-0 over the OKC Thunder in a 111-98 win. James Harden scored 21 points this game, but this guy had some great help along the way. 7 out of the 8 players that played for the Rockets that day were in double digits. And on the Oklahoma City Thunder side of things, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, really good game, 31 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. But the other players just did not show up as well. The Houston Rockets, man, the type of play style that they have, I just don't think it's a bad match for OKC, because OKC, they're a good team. They have Gallinari, Gilgeous-Alexander, Chris Paul, Lou Dort finally got to come back from injury and stuff like that, but they just can't shoot with them. They really can't. The Rockets hit a playoff record, 56 threes attempted in the game, and the Thunder just had no chance of trying to match that. And the thing about the Thunder, I mean, they started off 10 for 20 in the first half, from the 3-point line, and then they missed their next 15 straight, and it looked like this was going to be another one of those games that this is a game that OKC had to take. But they started getting it going in the second half once again, and they were able to pull out the victory. And James Harden didn't have a great game. I mean, he went 5 for 16. Even the second best guy, Eric Gordon, went 0 for 10 from the 3-point line. But the other guys, man, they just helped out a lot here. And if you look at just the stats, besides Eric Gordon, each guy at least hit 2 threes and attempted 4. So when you have every and anyone on the court able to shoot threes, it's going to be tough to defend, because who do we step up on, who don't we? And the Rockets just don't have enough. The Thunder don't have enough of those guys. And Chris Paul, just not a great performance at all. 14 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. You're going to need better from that from your star guy. I mean, it's great that Shai got a good game out of it, but you need your leader to definitely assert himself more in this game. So Another good win for the Rockets. It doesn't seem like a clear disadvantage for OKC not to have that shooting. We'll see if they're going to be able to bounce back in Game 3. We move on to the next game, and we have the Milwaukee Bucks defeating the Orlando Magic 111-96 to tie up the series at 1. Giannis Antetokounmpo, I believe the first 2020 playoff game since Kareem. I think that was the stat I saw on the broadcast. 28 points, 20 rebounds, 5 assists for Giannis. Brook Lopez with 20 points. Pat Connaughton off the bench with 15 and 11, and also DiVincenzo with 11 as well. On the Orlando Magic side of things, Vucevic, another fantastic game with 32 points and 10 rebounds, and the rest were just pretty ordinary. In this game, I think the Milwaukee Bucks really showed that they can really lock down the defensive end when they need to, and that's what they showed in this game. And Giannis was just great. I mean, he didn't have a great first start of the game, but he was able to bring it back and played very well towards the end. And the Orlando Magic, without Jonathan Isaac, without Aaron Gordon, who's there to really stop Giannis? There really isn't. And Giannis just kept going to the rim, dunking on pools and stuff like that. So they were able to pull off the victory here. And Brook Lopez finally had to really bounce back from that 5-point performance on Tuesday, and they were able to help out Giannis a bit. Same thing with Pat Connaughton. He played really well this game, and Bledsoe, although he wasn't absolutely spectacular, he was able to give them a lot more help. And for Orlando, they just don't have the offense to catch up with Milwaukee. Sure, they had a really good game on Tuesday, but you could tell. Vucevic had another great game, but it just wasn't enough help to get him through that game, because they got up to an early lead in that first quarter. I think the Magic only hit 4 out of 26 shots, which is absolutely horrible compared to the 15 out of 22 the game before. So got up to a slow start. They started chipping away later in the game, but Milwaukee always had an answer for it. Speaking of Milwaukee, Chris Middleton, what the hell, man? 4 points in this game? We started 2 points in this game? You need something more out of him. This guy is your second star. Sure, he got the win, but we need to see more of Chris Middleton, because you're not going to get as many opportunities as you're going to get against Orlando. And if they do face the Heat, which he looks like in the second round, they're going to freaking harass him. So he needs to get going, or else this is going to be a long playoff series for him, and there's going to be a lot more questions against them coming down the line. So let's see if Chris Middleton's going to be able to bounce back, but good win for Milwaukee. And then we have the final game of the evening, and once you guess it, another blowout. The LA Lakers tied the series with the Portland Trail Blazers in a 111-88 victory. This is the Anthony Davis show, man. This guy is absolutely phenomenal, and he showcased it throughout the game. 31 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists, and what could be said as a domination from inside and out. This guy just could do it all, and no one could stop him this game. KCP had a good game as well. 16 points, 2 rebounds, hitting 4 threes in this game. Very good. Danny Green didn't really bounce back, but at least he hit a 3, so good for him. He did hit a couple threes in the last game, but he hit one this game, but there's plenty of empty shots for him to take, and I don't know how he didn't make them. But yeah, good game from him. LeBron, I don't know, it was a weird game for LeBron. 10 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. He had some good plays, but it definitely looked like he was not on the flow. I think sooner or later we're going to have to start to worry, but hopefully he can bounce back in Game 3. And yeah, good win for the Lakers. Portland had Lillard go for 18. Dislocated his finger in the third and did not return. He said he's going to play Game 3, so knowing Lillard, that's probably going to be the case. TJ McCollum with 13 points, and literally there's nothing else from the other guys. This game was just an absolute domination. There's not much to say about it. The Lakers really locked down in the defensive end and was able to just contest every shot from the Portland, and Portland just could not get into their offense. And Anthony Davis, that's what I've been saying, is just attack the rim. There's no inside presence. Sure, Whiteside had a good game again where he got a couple of blocks. He had 3 in this game, but Anthony Davis, especially when you're going up against, Nurkic or even Whiteside one-on-one, they just can't handle him. And he was able to show that in this game. They're going to need a bit more from LeBron. I really hope they're going to get something more, but if they just continue this pace, I don't see the series going much longer. The Blazers just don't have a good enough defense, and when you take Damian Lillard out of his rhythm, I mean, who's going to step up? Sure, they had some other guys step up in the past, but it didn't look good yesterday. Will they bounce back? Probably, especially on the offensive end. They're a very good team. But the Lakers, they're slowly but surely getting there, but this is just a start of what I think could be a really deep playoff run. Thank you guys for listening to today's recap. Remember, if you're on YouTube, like, share, and subscribe, and all that good stuff. If you're on IGTV, leave a follow, drop a like. That'd be very much appreciated. Thank you for taking time out of your day to watch this. And let's be excited for more playoff basketball that is happening today. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later on in today's podcast.